All right, good morning. And that discussion, very, very interesting. We all followed through. And we did together with my guest here on set. He is a social researcher with University of Abuja. He's actually a lecturer in the Department of Sociology. He is Dr. Lakunle Ibrahim. Very good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Yeah, the discussion on subsidy can never, come to an end until Nigeria begins to see measures put in place to cushion the effect. But from what a cross-section of people have said concerning this removal is something that we must allow for now, because we have seen that Nigeria is so huge, we can't to an extent control what we consume, and is the reason you see neighboring countries come to buy the that have been subsidized, and when they get to their country, in fact, most of these neighboring countries don't even, they just rely on to what, and then they come and buy, and they buy what has been subsidized. So it's never going to be a discussion that will lie low for now. But however, our focus will also be on surround the administration of President Bola Tinubu, particularly what he said when he did his first nationwide brokers, his inauguration to the Christmas Day, June 12th. I mean, it's spectacular. And yesterday is even more spectacular because exactly after that experience. So, this he said was centered around, of course, the matter of MKO Abiola, and of course, with that, Nigeria is enjoying a system, what he has to say, as a free expression said, system where you decide has got without that as of the journey years ago, and there talk about that. Yeah, Nigerians, be patient. I know the decision I took on the day of my inauguration is pain. I feel your pain. Be patient. Succor is on. Nigeria will be better. And let's get your opinion on some of these issues.
Yesterday, the president was delivering his speech. I'm convinced he was very happy because it was really it in that June 12 problem. We have seen some of his pictures where he stood behind them, moving from one place to the other to protect democracy. The beauty of democracy, like you rightly said, is that people at every point in time, every reason to the government. And the government, if the government is sensitive, the government definitely lead to the yearnings of Nigerians. The speech was powerful. It was excellent. And it was excellent because he recognized all the democracy. Thanks to President Buhari, former President Buhari, for making June 12 our Democracy Day. Because that mandate that was known to MKO will forever remain in people's mind. People will never forget. It was a memory thing. But I'm happy that we have made progress. Because if you look at it within these years, we have practiced more of the down military regime. We are practicing. And the beauty is that Nigeria is gradually going, and it's going to time to fix all the maladies in our system. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a bold president. The decision does have to be taken. But Nigerians should also know that for Muhammadu Buhari already moved the subsidy, but more Nigerians didn't know subsidy had been removed. But on the 9th of May, to Nigeria, look, subsidy is gone because there was no provision subsidy in the budget heritage. Therefore, subsidy is gone, and it is gone for what? For good. There are few Nigerian elites who have been looting all in the name of subsidy for several years. In a country where you have about 7 trillion to be used for subsidy in a year, out of budget. If you calculate budget for education, health, agriculture, is not even up to 7 trillion. And these are critical areas that can enhance development in any nation. And it is gone.
Yeah, but it's painful, and the president said, how long can you when it's in hard?
It is. We go to Nigerian roads, especially civil servants. It's really, really telling on them. The previous administration didn't make efficient and effective plans before it was removed. There were no measures to keep of subsidy. Moving subsidy. No measures to ease their pain. Parents are angry, but most of them are being patient because they know it is the right thing to do. But what are the measures? Minimum wage must like Edo, they 40,000. That's commendable. That is good. That is highly commendable.
Yeah, but you know, before some states have difficulty in paying the 30,000 wage.
Not
such state can they
there is no in Nigeria that cannot pay that 30,000 naira minimum wage. It is because they use their money for what is not meant. There are some government houses that spend up to 5 billion naira for maintenance in a year. What are you maintaining? Are you maintaining? We must cut cost of governance. The era of a governor traveling, going with 50, 100 vehicles at a go. What do you need all those things for? Who are you running away from? Are you running away from the selected you? No. We must cut down cost of governance. Governance takes much more control. Much. If you do that, to have money. I'm confident Bola Ahmed to borrow money with this subsidy removal. If we are 7 trillion, what do you money for? What do you need to borrow money? Nigerians are just highly patient. Let me put it that way. Because all the previous attempts to remove subsidy turned out something else. If President Muhammadu increased fuel pump price from 87 to 100 plus, 120 went on strike. But I'm happy that at this point, the president able to consult NLC and TUC on the need to see reasons for subsidy removal. For NLC and to have gone on strike, I can assure you that it is on the right track. Yes. But workers, Nigeria, must be protected. We need to ease their pain.
Yeah, but the next question is, what about those that have actually Nigeria dry in terms of subsidy payment? Who are they?
They should go to jail.
Do you know them?
The government knows them.
Yes, so why else who they are?
Let's see what happens. This is barely 2 weeks. What happens? Because I know there are committees getting all these things. Imagine about 50 billion looted. In this same country I live in this same country, there are some governors find it difficult to pay minimum workers. We know these people. We know them. We know them. If they don't know them, it's a blatant lie. We know them.
So you know them.
Have you not read reports? How many times have they been investigating subsidy removal since the time of Jonathan? Is Farouk Lawan not in jail?
Is he the only one?
Many.
Did he collect money?
No.
Was his
but
crime?
It was subsidy.
Was his crime subsidy related?
See, people like Farouk Lawan knows those who looted it, but they wanted to protect, and they were collecting money. These people, the government should be. If you have committed offense against the state, offense that definitely has impact on Nigerians at large. People they should bear the burden of crime. How can people loot billions of dollars, not in naira? And some of you will come on national TV, be forming big men. You are this, and you are looting the country. These people should jail. They should return. They have stolen. If they have stolen, you shed it for this.
Yeah, but the issue with returning what has been stolen is relooting what has.
I doubt whether that is going to happen this time.
But we have aware of that. Even the Abacha's loot, that some of them were returned. There are reports that some of them have been relooted.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu is this type of person that will not keep quiet when going wrong.
Yeah, but he's in that divide. He's here now as a manager.
A manager? As are not working well, what do you do?
And he has got supervisors. He's now
it's supervisors of the manager to get report from the supervisors, right? When they give you a report, and the report you have gotten is not in line with your agenda,
they give you reason why it is in line with agenda.
It is not president that is not reasonable. They will give reasons that are unreasonable. Yes. But president, you must stand fair. Do kinds of come and meet you. Some are not even coming ordinarily. Some before they say anything I tell Tinubu today he must listen to. They go to the vehicle with him and begin to turn.
So you have
this is and the nature of position of this country is that people are funny. There were two experiences of one who went to a friend's office and the next day, give me 5 million. And the guy was in my own office, 5 million?
From where?
From where? Who gave you?
That one's own failed.
Convinced that whoever to the villa with that kind of thing will fail. Because the villa itself
is
He's fortified. So there are, the position of a particular country would determine how you manage the country. Nigerians are a very difficult set of persons to control. At individual level, we must change. Government level, people must change. It is not only this outside government that have those. If I want to get a contract from the government parastatal, is it not the people in procurement that I meet? Are they not doing this? Are they not doing this? So at levels of governance, bend ways to do this. Bend the rules.
Okay, now let's look at an aspect that to also analyze, which is judiciary reform. He talked it, and is there anything to reform in judiciary?
Of course, a lot.
In specific?
One, autonomy must be respected. We should stop seeing situations where government will hold judiciary into ransom. When elected, it's an organ. The judiciary is, they should be independent of other organs of the government. If you don't judge this well, you'll be tempted to bribe. All these things has to do with motivation. There are forces that will energize your behavior work. If those forces energize your behavior, if those forces are not there, there's no way to motivate to do diligently. And when you fail diligently, there will be no effectiveness and efficiency to do. Highly read persons in the society. Nigeria, we have seen judges in the National Assembly to beg legislators for money. In a sense, but it is unfortunate in insane society, it's insane becomes. When you try to do the right in Nigeria, judges that they have said no, it will then were frustrated out of office. What of Justice Ayo Salami? Can you remember? Look at how pitched. And there are other judges like that. If you don't pay them well, you don't motivate them, there is no one gets better things from the judiciary.
Is their welfare, talk about reform, is it about their welfare?
Welfare should be number. You work in an environment where you are motivated, output, productivity will be high.
Yeah, but most welfare for judges looks as if they are neglected.
Yes, they are, of course.
For instance, they are not neglected. Have you seen where they go to in the nation? Most of them stay in this country on vacation. Before that, be going on vacation.
What?
Most of them have some 7 stars across.
When you vacation,
so how do they
come back from vacation?
Kind of money for
when you come back from vacation, and you go to an office or a judicial company doesn't have power supply, what do? If you go to some of Nigerian courts, the courts are not you go to some, if you check their history, you have to do that. We have not been tried. Have you seen some court rooms? Have you seen how they look like? Say you are sitting here, AC is blowing you. Go to some courtrooms. It's bench. Though going on vacation is just to rest.
Yeah, no, it's a vacation. What I'm saying is, for a group of Nigerians that most time people they have this, that, and that is why litigants can easily
find their way.
Yeah, can easily, tip them, and they bend, some of these laws. And at the end of the day, you see them flying from left and center. Money, this car is flying first class. A place as far as Australia, and you just wonder, what are we really talking about? So the reform, the president needs to, do some kind of need assessment, right?
The needs assessment you just mentioned also must include examining judges' background, cycle, you don't take the law and give somebody not well bred to it.
That comes during the process of recruitment.
Even during the process of recruitment, I've seen in the past, this is Nigeria, favoritism. When you reduce who don't meet up with the requirements, what do you have? You have a bad system. Every process of recruitment in Nigeria has its own shortcomings. It's at times based on who you know. It is not. Have you been to some courts where a judge write judgment like? Yes, the recruitment process they need to check the process. You don't just happy as a custodian and say, okay, you are a judge, you are now a judge.
Having spent 10 years.
10
years in the bar.
Even if have you seen as before, they thought you'll be like, is this a lawyer?
No, they are learned. You don't show that.
No. No. It's just the way you see someone and you big.
Let them be. No, let them be, because we don't have their representative here. If we have one of them, I'll allow you to talk to.
This is a reality.
Yeah, but
if you go to universities,
none of them is on set. Have a lawyer on set, and I'll leave the floor. They are led, and they have so many committees.
In not the point I'm making.
Judicial reform.
You want me to
make the point on the judicial reform?
For us to better judicial, all hands must be on deck. The president must set up a committee. There have been committees upon committees upon committees over the years. But since the president is ready to work, form a committee, let them out the and effects of the rot in the judiciary. Because Nigerians at times, when they read some judgment, they will be like, how can somebody steal 100 billion and they sentence such person to 3 years?
That is the law.
But that is the law.
Exactly.
Also have their discretion.
Yeah, you can, for
but even your discretion cannot above what the relates. We must reform the judiciary. And I know President Tinubu, from time, says he will do it.
Let's hope that he will action with his.
I'm convinced with what we have seen.
Because the number of ministers have, there are so many.
They even need to merge some ministries together.
Yeah, irrespective of how.
This is the difference between administration and administration. Right, having separate ministries, merge them.
In your opinion?
In my opinion, there have been reports that said ministries should be merged without cost of governance. A minister will be traveling up and down collecting extra codes. This one, even there are ministers. Terms of events supposed to direct to sex, they want to go because of it.
Yes, I could. Well, I must thank you for on the program. It's actually hard talk.
Yes, we need to make it that.
Hard talk, and we hope that, of course, President should have people around him who also be as hard as he is.
Yes.
You know, for you to be a good leader, you have good followers. Otherwise, the SAs and PAs and all those around you, if they begin to cut corners, you will not know what.
That's just the reality. Because at times, it may not be you. It could be people around you. And once people see the body language of those around you, they just use the opportunity.
Yeah. So, but the villa is fortified.
The villa is fortified, yes. Fully fortified.
Fully fortified.
And I can assure you that the team himself, that I know, is fully fortified.
All right. Thank you so much for your time with us on the program. It has been a lecturer from the University of Abuja. He's a social researcher, Dr. Lakunle Ibrahim. Thank you for your time.
Thank
Hope
you
to
very
bring
much.
you again for another
Hard talk.
hard talk.
And fortified talk.
All right, so we break when we come back.